Welcome to Cracking Cooperstown, where we talk all things Baseball Hall of Fame and Hall of Fame collecting. Join us as we discuss Hall of Fame voting, autographs, cards, baseballs, resumes, and trajectories. Debate and discussion as we look to crack the code to Cooperstown. Now here's your hosts, Jake Brewer, Dom Manna.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Legends Never Die, where neither will you if you know Jesus. And we've got a pretty fun episode lined up for today. Me and Dom have been talking about it for a while, but I'll let you kind of preface what the show is about today, Mr. Production.
No, totally. It's good to be back. We have new Hall of Famers with the class 2025 being solidified with guys like Dick Allen, Dave Parker, being joined by Billy Wagner, CC Sabathia, and Ichiro Suzuki. So that's 5 new Hall of Fame rookie cards to collect. During Hobby Palooza last year, we did a kind of overview of collecting Hall of Fame autographs, and the kind of sister to that episode, the obvious next one in terms of just a collecting based episode, was to talk about Hall of Fame rookie card collecting. It's to me, one of the fabrics to this hobby. It's something that gets a lot of people in. The term rookie card has kind of transcended the hobby. It's a chase card in every single product and every single set. And there's one guy who's, a big friend of the show that, loves rookie cards just as much, if not more, than me and Jake that we have here as a special guest. Lou, welcome to Cracking Cooperstown, my friend.
What's up, beautiful people? I am here. I'm so glad you guys invited me to the show. It's one of my favorites on the YouTube universe. And like I said, happy to help out with my buddies and talk baseball cards.
Now, did Dom make sure you meet the bar? Like, what's your Hall of Fame rookie card number? How many you got?
I know I got 70%. And the only reason I got 70% is because my wife helped me out with the Excel spreadsheet, because I am trying to make it easier for her. God forbid something should happen, but I got to make it easy, because even though I know it up here, I just got to make it a little bit more organized for her. And she knows her stuff. She does buy me a lot of cards. We've been together 25 years. So I have full confidence in her and, picking up cards for me and doing that and the other. But, I was like, I got to be a little bit more organized. And we took the template from you, Jake, because she's like, this guy knows what he's doing, because she is type A, organized. She's just like you. And she did the formula for me. So now I type in, I highlight my rookie card once I acquire one, and I type in, acquired, and it changes the percentage. So I know I'm at 70%, and that's all post-war, including from 48 Bowman, and it's including the Leafs. So, 49 Bowman, I do include the 49 Leafs in there. And, there's a couple guys with 2, like Satchel, Dobie, Jackie. But with that included, all the way to the newest Hall of Famer, Billy Wagner, I got 70% of all rookie cards.
Nice. And
I love Billy.
And Dom, I know you're also kind of, brothers in collecting with this for Lou, that you're a big post-war Hall of Fame rookie card guy. So where do you stack up against our friend Lou? I got you guys going head to head in the YouTube Hall of Fame autograph registry. So now we got to do this one.
Well, me and Lou were head to head in the YouTube autograph registry. And then I had the just dumb idea to say, oh, let's race to 75, Lou. This will be fun. And Lou shot all the way to, high 90s, and I'm still just over 75. So I'm not going to do that here with rookie cards.
I'm at 98. I'm 2 away from 100.
Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly what the count was, but it's ridiculously impressive. You're 20 ahead of me. With rookie cards, I actually, for a database, some of you might be like, how do we figure out what these rookie cards are? I use the PSA post-war rookie set registry as kind of my checklist, and it has from 48 Bowman all the way through, Ichiro Suzuki is the 2001 SP Authentic, which has the key rookie, which, I think is kind of detriment to the list itself, the fact that they let a numbered rookie card be on that list. 2001 was the 50th year of Topps, and Ichiro and Pujols were two big transcending rookies that could have been included easily on the set, cards that everyone can afford and obtain. And, like everything else on the registry, let the grade and the value dictate who ranks higher on the registry, as opposed to who can get these numbered cards in a PSA holder. So that aside, I don't count the Leafs as extras, and I made a kind of conscious decision to add 2 cards to the list for myself, and it's because I don't understand why the 48 Bowman Johnny Mize and 48 Bowman Enos Slaughter are not included on the registry. I've heard multiple people say, well, they have cards before 1948, but there's a lot of players in that 1948 Bowman set that have cards that are pre-1948, but their 48 Bowman gets counted as the key rookie card, and the Mize and Slaughter do not. So I decided to do that, which would make it 126. Right now, there's currently 124 on that PSA set registry, and I am at 90 flat. So that's 71.4% of rookie cards from the post-war era. So, doing my best out here, but, not nearly as many cards on my list as Lou has on his, including the Leafs. So really, really fun. And it's something that, the reason I got into the hobby was chasing a rookie's card. The 2007 Topps Daisuke Matsuzaka was like the first card I ever remember wanting. I had the jersey on at school with my friends. Everyone that was a Red Sox fan was going crazy for him. And, it spiraled into everything that you've been following here on YouTube and beyond with the hobby. Rookie cards are like truly a fabric to this hobby, and something that I think, everybody, whether it's a focus of their collection or not, has and seeks out in their collection in one way or the other.
Well, and really at the end of the day, like as far as Hall of Fame rookie cards go, like who cares what Victor says? I mean, I'm just kidding. We love you, Victor. I'm just playing. I had to. But in reality, like, who cares what PSA says? Like, just as an example, another card, I didn't even know this. Like, I had to be told this, but like the Jeter 93 SP is his rookie card on the registry. I could care less. Like, I have his top rookie, and that's my rookie for Jeter.
Be careful what you say. PSA is listening.
We're gonna put it out there. But that's good enough for me. Like, that's his rookie card to me. It's his Topps flagship, for heaven's sake. So like that's the card to me. Then like, man, especially when you get into like pre-war stuff, I know that's not really, y'all's thing as far as rookie cards go, but dude, there are like endless debates on which card is the rookie card and which one's rookie year and which one is and isn't, or a pre-rookie, blah, 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 blah. It's just like, pick one, man. Like,
yeah.
Does it really, really matter? You own a playing days card of a lot of those pre-war guys. So like an early one, that's fantastic. I mean, I value rookie cards, but in some ways I think it is a little overblown. I know John somewhere, 3D 80s kid, is going, yes, that's what I've been saying for years. But I do think rookie cards matter. But sometimes I think we get a little too much in the weeds. But that's what we do as collectors, right?
Yeah, I think I agree to a point, because when you get into pre-war, and the reason, like, I love the history of the game, I enjoy learning and looking at pre-war cards. But when you start getting into that world, there is so much. I mean, and that's why I don't think people could agree on what's a rookie card and what's not, because a lot of that stuff was regional. Some of it was only in tobacco products. Some of it was only available to certain, certain companies had it. People were just going off the cuff saying, hey, people love these baseball players, and just making stuff on their own,
Yeah.
What's licensed, what's not, what's official, what's not. So that's why some of this stuff is so rare, because people will discover, like John's like, I just discovered a new set. And that's because people were like, you know what? It helps sell this product, cookies, candy, whatever. They were just, I don't even know if they were asking permission. I don't know if, there's so much available out there that it's almost intimidating to get into that realm. And I will eventually, because I love, I'm a Yankee guy. So the Joey D's, I would just want a plain days card. I don't need to have, there's no way I'm going to get, like we talked about this offline, a worldwide gum. That's never going to happen. But a 49 leaf or like a 39 play ball, 40 play
41.
ball. Yeah, I just want a representation. A plain days card of a pre-war guy is really good enough for me. But with the post-war, there was a focus on that. And it was almost intentional. People were chasing that stuff. And you were talking about the dice K for you. For me, it was Griffey. It was Canseco. Seeing the rated rookie, I fell in love with the Gold Cups. That's why for me, it's a fundamental part of the hobby for me. It's the foundation, that chasing the rookie card. I thought I had the 89 Griffey. I was going to retire. I thought that was my 52 mantle. Real talk. Let's keep it a buck. I thought I was going to retire, but that's why I love the rookie card.
Yeah, and I think that's a beautiful thing. I clearly am more on Lou's side here than Jake, which is why he was a perfect guest to book here. But like the whole thing of which one do you pick? Does it really matter? In the grand scheme of things, no, it doesn't really matter. Collect what you like. Some images are better than others. A lot of players, their rookie card isn't their most beautiful card or their rarest card or the most sought after card. But the reason why I use PSA's set registry as kind of my checklist is because PSA is, for better or worse, one of the kind of overseers of this hobby. And they dictate a lot of what happens in the market. And by them dictating what a key rookie card is, especially after 1980, when Topps wasn't the only dog in the fight anymore, allows kind of that definitive what is the key rookie card for these players when, there are arguably too many options to choose from. You can collect all the rookie cards of any guy from 81 all the way till today, and it gets bigger and bigger each year with the different products. So collect what you like. The key rookie cards are the key rookie cards for better or worse, and it's just a way to kind of pinpoint which card is at the top of the rookie card pyramid for that player. It doesn't mean that those other rookie cards don't matter or their other playing day cards aren't collectible as well. We all love the cardboard here, and the rookie cards, are those chase cards. They're those big cards in any set if you're a set builder, and are just really, really fun all the way back to, the bubblegum card war with Topps and Bowman early on, being issued in packs, being part of a bigger set. Having all those aspects to it is what makes a rookie card, even though the actual term rookie wasn't used on cards until the 59 Topps set. They had the subset, which was rookie stars, and then 1960 was the first year of the all-star rookie team with the cups. So I know that's a thing that me and Lou both like to collect as well. So a lot of great things in Topps, kind of once they got past Bowman, really started to acknowledge that as something that people were chasing and talking about. And, in this set, I have all these players that were playing last year, but this is the first time I can get, this player's card. And I think that's a really exciting thing. And it's what draws people to the rookie card. People always like the first of something, whether it's the first of a product, the first off the line, all these different things. So the rookie card is kind of the embodiment of that in the hobby. And I think it's a really beautiful thing. So we have all these different rookie cards. We'll take you guys through kind of like the history of rookie cards from 48 Bowman through today, and kind of educate and give you some of our favorites and why we picked up certain cards. So I'll start out here. And like I said, I am including him, even though he's not included by PSA. And it's the 1948 Bowman, Johnny Mize. And Johnny Mize, the big cat, if you look at his statistics, super overlooked player in the history of the hobby. He was a monster hitter. He was very big for a baseball player in his day, and someone that my grandfather actually got to watch live in person later on in his career when he was with the New York Yankees, helping them win championships. Johnny Mize, that's the kind of player that gets overlooked and not thought about in the hobby. Was great for the Giants, Cardinals, and Yankees. And in that 48 Bowman set, which was that first big bubblegum issued set that was a national release after World War II, was kind of the signal point to all those kids and those baby boomers, that, these are the collectibles that you're going to play with, enjoy for generations to come. And I think that that's just a fantastic one from the 48 Bowman set. So Lou, what? That's all good. So Lou, what do you got as one of your favorite rookie cards from the early days?
I love early Bowman. It's I didn't do a 25 goal video, but that's something I want to attack, even though I am distracted by Hall of Fame autographs. I love 48 Bowman, and obviously my favorite 48 Bowman is going to be my Stan Musial.
Oh man.
And I had a chance. So I'm not much of a saver. I play a lot of fantasy football. I play a lot of fantasy baseball, and I'm actually decent at it, even though I was terrible in the YouTube league. But like my work leagues, I'm pretty decent at it. And I use my winnings to buy baseball cards. That's how I reward myself. And
It's a good choice.
And kind of like how you attack Hall of Fame autographs, Jake, I came into a little bit as founded money. I had the fantasy winnings, and then I sold a big card at that time. You got to sell on hype. Like, I'm not much of a seller, but I did not believe in this prospect. He was a Dodger center fielder, James Outman, and he was sitting in my box for like years.
I remember when you sold that. Yeah.
Yeah. So here I really wanted the 48 Yogi, and I could have gotten the Yogi and the Spawn out the gate. But I was like, I can always get those cards because they're pretty steady. And people sleep on Yogi for whatever reason. 10 World Series, 3 MVPs, all time great, but they sleep on Yogi. Stan was the big boy of that set. And I was like, I have the money to get that card. I can always get the Spawn. Spawn's pretty steady at $200 to $300. Yogi's always, you can find something decent around 5-6. Stan, I always felt was that inner circle type of guy. And I talked to the guy. I lowballed him. He had a decent number on it. I lowballed the guy, and he actually countered. And the counter was super fair, and I jumped on it. So I was just ecstatic to get it. I love it. He's so young looking. And 48 Bowman, man. People sleep on this set, but the black and white, I love it. Is a real photograph, synonymous with the era. It's black and white. I don't know why people sleep on it. They rather have a painting or, don't get me wrong. I love 50 Bowman. I love 51 Bowman, but this is an actual photo of the guy. So that's my choice for an early Bowman set. I love Bowman. 49, 48, 50. I like them all.
Well, Lou, since you showed the first graded card today, you've got to crack that in a few minutes. So just giving you a heads up. But another quick story on Musial, because I also have his rookie. And you kind of alluded to it there a little bit, Lou, of like how I approach Hall of Fame autographs and like how I approach the Hall of Fame rookies is similar. All my collection, really. But I've got an insane want list. Most people that watch this show know that, 20-something thousand items. Yeah. And I try and aim big as often as I can. This card was actually given to me by Scotty Tradition because I won a contest of his like 6 years ago.
Wow.
And I remember it that you could pick any card up to $200 and he would buy it for you. He's going shopping for you. And Lou, this is not a $200 card anymore.
Oh, no, it's not.
But it was one of the biggest, oldest cards that I could get for $200 at the time. So that's what I got. A Hall of Fame rookie that I think's inner circle, earliest I could. A big name.
Gorgeous, too.
Highest end of what the money I had at the time. So that's my Musial. I'll show 2 more 48 Bowmans if that's all right, Mr. Producer.
Course. Absolutely.
Man, I should have got my Kiner. I didn't know we could show a lot more cards.
Oh, Dom literally has all of his with him. There's Phil Rizzuto in one of the weirdest rookie card poses ever. But hey, it's his rookie, and
but that's another card not on the set registry. Not that you care, but
is it for real? Like really?
Yeah.
No, the Rizzuto's included.
It's not, bro. Check it
for PSA.
Yeah, I know that for a fact.
Sworn it was on there.
Either
No, that's
way,
not.
more importantly, you need it for your 48 Bowman set build. Okay.
I know.
You
And
do.
he's a
That's
Hall of Famer. So you got to get that.
I know that's another one, man. It's like,
Um,
oh, I
but
don't
then,
know if I want to go down that rabbit hole building a set.
oh, you do. And then Warren Spahn, man. Warren Spahn. Go Braves. Love that card. Actually, JT, Triple Crown 24, was at a show with me in Asheville. And he did a bundle with the dealer to get some other stuff he wanted and snagged this for me at the price I wanted to pay. So
That's a
I was
great.
super excited about
I
that
love
being
that
a
pose
Braves
too.
fan.
That's such a good pose.
Yeah. Until he leaves the Braves, he doesn't have a bad card.
No, those are all fantastic ones, and part of the reason why I showed them eyes and these guys showed me visuals is because I have worked kind of backwards with it. I have my $500 firewall, and I love to pick up deals left and right. I don't have the patience to save all the time, so I've been finding cards here and there and getting them, and rookie cards, while they are foundational in the hobby, as Lou said, they're not the only thing I collect. So sometimes I'm in a rookie card mood, sometimes in an autograph mood, sometimes I'm in an oddball card move, sometimes I'm going after goals and refractors and pre-war. Like there's a whole range of things that interest me, and I only have my 25-year-old budget, so I'm bouncing around here. But
what's a refractor?
What is a refractor? So refractors
that's
are
gonna
these
confuse
really
you.
shiny cards.
If you're confused with that,
you'll
how
love
about taco fractor? Those taco fractors are crazy, bro.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I'm just
man.
playing.
No, so it's beautiful. And Bowman, 48, 49, had tons of big rookie cards in them because they were the first, bubblegum card sets after the war. Yep, there's the Roy Campanella. 49 Bowman has a ton of big ones. The Jackie Robinson, the Roy Campanella, the Duke Schneider, Robin Roberts, the list goes on and on. Just a lot of fantastic rookie cards. They had the show to themselves until 1952 for the most part. I know Topps did issue cards in 51, but they put out a lot of fantastic cards of players. 51 Bowman, Whitey Ford. So 1950, they did not have any Hall of Fame rookies as of yet. But in 51, there was actually a pretty stacked rookie class. Everyone knows about Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle, of course. But Whitey Ford was card number 1 in the set. And that's a really cool one.
Nelly Fox,
as well.
Nelly Fox is in that one as well.
Yep. So got Monty Irvin as well, one of my favorite players to collect. Fantastic story, and was the guy who really mentored and got Willie Mays off to the start that he did. And you talked about Mr. Chaw himself, Nelly Fox. So 51 Bowman, really stacked rookie card year there from Bowman after those two strong years in 48 and 49. 51 made up for the lack of rookie cards in 1950.
Did you have any other 49s there, Lou?
No, I didn't. I kept it kind of simple. I got a big 49 coming.
I know you do. I know you do. I had to bring it up.
I don't want to jinx it because it's not in hand.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx it because Mangini just went through a whole deal with the U.S. mail. But here's my Irvin. We could talk about talking about the history. 51 Topps. I love these redbacks too, man.
Well, I'll back up for just a second to 49. I showed the Robin Roberts, but there's the Gil Hodges, which I actually purchased my first one from the Drew, which is now back in his collection, which was pretty cool. Something we banded together and did for Christmas. But this is the one I have now. But at the time that I got it from him, he wasn't in the Hall of Fame yet. That was years ago. This was one of the biggest jumps of a card that, now I got it for the set, I built 49 Bowman set, but it's one of probably the biggest jumps of a card I've ever had of speculation a little bit on, Hall of Fame rookie cards, guys that could get in the future. Huge jump for this card after he got in. And then in terms of 1951, these guys were showing theirs. I'll show my redback, Monty Irvin. Or the redbacks and the bluebacks that year. Bluebacks are much tougher. But they're two separate sets, so Irvin doesn't have a blue back.
And I think he's the only Hall of Fame rookie card on either side and 51 tops.
I think that's right.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's a smaller set, yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, there's only even like a couple Hall of Famers period in the blue back set. There's like 2 to 4 or something like that.
I love talking rookie cards.
Mhm.
You got any? You got any 52s that you pulled? You got
Yeah,
52s?
Yeah, I got 152. I could do Bowman, 52 Bowman.
What you got?
Orestes.
Mm-hmm. So I was gonna say the 51 Monty Irvin. You guys showed the tops. I showed the Bowman. Was an example of there being more than one rookie card back in the day. I know a lot of vintage collectors like to say back before 81 it was so easy because they only had one rookie card. Well, there was a bunch of players that had multiple rookie year issues, and some of them even had tops and Bowman. The Monty Irvin was one of them. Now Minnie Minoso. We all have the 52 tops here.
This is for Dylan.
As Jake showing, has a red man and a Bowman, but Minoso does not stop there. Minoso also has a 52 Burke Ross, which I own.
Burke Ross.
And he has a 52 Star Cal decal, which I am also very honored to own as well. So, multiple rookie year issues of the Cuban Comet, who, wasn't a traditional rookie. He was already a professional player when he came over, and he immediately was a star that was put into a bunch of sets during his rookie year. So as opposed to some of the guys that just get one rookie card, there is the possibility of multiple rookie cards back then, which is fun to collect past what gets dictated as the key rookie with the 52 tops, which of course has the most expensive tops rookie card in the Eddie Matthews.
Yeah.
None of us are going to be pulling that out here, right? Yeah. So
I retired. That's the card I'm getting,
man.
That's the card
so the Eddie Matthews card is a huge card. It's awesome. We would all love to have that. There's also the Hoyt Wilhelm in that set, which is extremely expensive for a relief pitcher rookie card. We were talking about Billy Wagner. I don't want to pay the $10 for that. I definitely don't have the money around to throw at Hoyt Wilhelm. But still an iconic set nonetheless that has some Hall of Fame rookie cards in it, which is really, really awesome. And some of those guys are in Bowman as well. 53 is a year that again kind of just fell short, doesn't have the Hall of Fame rookie cards, but both 53 sets, and a lot of people will say 53 is the best year of cards, between Bowman tops and the other different oddball issues. A lot of people will say that it's one of the strongest years of cards ever, and it doesn't have any big rookies. So that's really magical. But just as 51 Bowman did from 1950 not having rookie cards, 54 came out with a huge year for rookie cards. And the one that I am thankful to own, and it was a card that I prioritized, was the 1954 Alkaline. So we got some sharing here.
That was your gauntlet, your Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, this was the biggest gem on my Infinity Gauntlet. I prioritized going to my first national 6 rookie cards that I thought, were undervalued for how great the player was and players that I really cared about. And I wanted to prioritize, like you guys talked about, getting some of these upper shelf rookie cards that I could afford before they became more expensive down the line. And I was kicking myself for it. So that was one aspect of time when I did that. And the K line was kind of the final gem in that Infinity Gauntlet of rookies. The rest you'll see throughout the show. But that's just a great example of it. And in 54, Al Kaline to most people is the kind of third wheel, because there is the Ernie Banks and there is the Henry Aaron. Jake over here has both of them, and they are super iconic rookie cards. 3 big ones. There's also a Hall of Fame manager rookie and Tommy Lasorda in that set.
That was nice too.
And it's just a really, really iconic set that made up for the lack of rookies in 53.
That's like Dylan centered approved right there too. Cut nice and low.
That's the one thing I was going to say about this card. It's notorious for being cut too close at the top near his name and the logo.
Great, bro.
And I bought this card just like it is, like God intended, raw. And it's a beautiful copy.
Registration looks good. Yeah, it's nice, man.
Love that card. Now, one other quick story about this, because Dom mentioned I do have a Hank Aaron rookie card. It would be a shame if I didn't as a Braves fan. But actually in it was 2015, for a brief period, I actually owned two of these. And they were both graded. One was a 3.5 and one was a 1.5 that kind of fell into my lap on a big deal of a bunch of 54s. And I sold the 3.5 and essentially paid for this one. And of course, I cracked it out, the way the good Lord intended. And it's at home in my binder set. And I love it, man.
Yeah. One of my biggest regrets, I was in college and had a chance to buy, I think it was a PSA 4 for like $500, and I didn't do it. I mean, I was a college kid, so I was like, man, $500 for a card. The month before, I think I just bought my Bird Magic rookie card. Oh, I'm talking basketball, but it was like $120 for a PSA 7. I'm like, I can't spend $500 on a Hank Aaron. But at that time, vintage stayed pretty. It was $500 forever.
Yeah,
it's just one of those things I just never got back to it. I was like, oh, it's always gonna be $500, and nope, I was wrong.
Yeah. Eric, those back pages used to say all the time for years that there's never a bad time to buy a Hank Aaron rookie. And, he was right, because after a certain point, it jumped up significantly, well over that $500 mark, which is also my personal firewall. So it's been out of my zone, but that's one of the few cards that's above the firewall that I definitely want to prioritize getting at some point down the future. It's such an iconic rookie card of one of the greatest players of all time. It's featured in Jake's favorite movie, The Sandlot. And it's just, one of those cards that has the beautiful, colored background that is perfect for those images of Hank Aaron. So yeah, that's one of the greatest rookie cards in the hobby. And, it's one that, I'm glad we were able to showcase tonight, even though it was a 1 out of 3. 1955 Topps also had a trio of pretty big rookie cards.
The Holy Trinity, baby.
So, Lou, I'm going to let you take this away, my friend.
All right. Let's just start with an angel sent from above. Roberto Clemente.
There we go.
And, it was something I pondered about upgrading. But to me, I just love this card. It's like, why do I need... now I'm just chasing the slab, the number. This card I got from a good friend of the community, Sean Tiford, and just with that personal connection, always wanted this card since I was in 6th grade, because my first Clemente card was 73, and this was the card that was my grail from middle school, and when I finally got it, I ain't gonna lie to you, there was pollen in the air, little glassy eye, and that's what it's all about. And that's why I can never, to me, I have the card. It's a great looking card. Registration is nice. I'm not much of a let me upgrade. If I find another one and have money in my pocket, I'll buy that one, but I'm not getting rid of this one,
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those cards that will always be with me. I hope my family will cherish it when I can't, but that's my Clemente card.
Well, I'm glad you redeemed yourself with that heartfelt story, Lou, because you come on our podcast, you show graded cards, you insult the Sandlot. Jeez.
You can tell I booked Lou and not Jake, and it's paying off dividends. Lou, your check's in the mail. You're doing great.
But you know what? Just for you, my daughter, Bob, I always try to show him movies from when I was a kid, and 93 was great. It had Sandlot, it had Rookie of the Year, but I just showed him a new one, and that's her new favorite, Angels in the Outfield. She loves Angels in the Outfield. So
shout out, Will.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, bro. We should just do a baseball movie stream one day. That'd be great.
There you
go. I'm down.
And now, Lou, do you also have this one from 55?
Nope. And stay tuned.
I like it.
But yeah, my wife, for those who don't know, she was raised, her grandmother was Jewish. And I was, Greenberg was, and Koufax, and even Sean Green. I had a little PC of Jewish players, and that was always one on my hit list. But I was always chasing Clemente. I was still in college when I met my wife, and eventually we got married. And I just never got back to Koufax, and Koufax still is pretty affordable, you know. So that's one of those things, you know, prioritizing.
He's living.
Yeah, I prioritize the autograph over the rookie card just because of the finite supply. But both of them were, you know, around that same price. And it was something that, you know, if I could do it all over again, maybe the rookie card was the right call at the time. But I'm super very thankful to have my autograph of Sandy Koufax. But there's also, you know, don't let that be forgotten. There is a third. It's a distant third in this race, but Harmon Killebrew. Lou, you got a more beautiful copy than me.
That doesn't matter, brother. It's all
Harmon
cardboard.
Killebrew. The 4, man, that is just such a sharp copy.
Okay. Let me cover
500 home run club.
Take it out of that plastic holder so I can see it better.
And he, you know, in a Senators uni, everyone thinks of him as Minnesota Twins legend. They were the Senators before that. And, you know, just a really beautiful card there. And I like that it has, you know, the same color as the Koufax, because a lot of people will display them together and have the 2 yellow backgrounds on the sides with the green Clemente in the middle. And it's just very aesthetically pleasing with that trio of rookie cards. And, you know, there's another green background rookie card there, Ken Boyer, who, you know, is probably going to be another Hall of Fame rookie card in that set.
You think?
Just not yet. It's not yet. It hasn't happened yet.
I don't know if it's going to happen, bro.
I think so. It got to balance it out. There's got to be 2 green and 2 yellow, man. But
yeah, that's what they look into.
Yeah, that's all they're looking for when they vote for the Hall of Fame.
Exactly what they talked about in that room. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And
have you not looked at the rookie card? They got a match, bro.
Color
you gotta be able to go every other, man. Make a pattern out of it. But in 1956 is another year where that set is extremely popular from Topps. It was the first year Topps had the show to themselves. Bowman was over, and you know there's only one Hall of Fame rookie card in the set. It's Louis Aparicio, the first Venezuelan-born Hall of Famer, you know, that jumping for joy image. It's a beautiful card from a beautiful set, but that doesn't stop the collectability from the set, you know. And if in some respects it makes it, you know, more appealing to people to do Hall of Fame runs and set builds because they don't have a bunch of big rookies to go after. But the Mantles, the Mays, the Jackies, those big names still sell for big premiums because it's a desirable set despite not having the, you know, big rookie class.
Crazy that's the only one, man. And he's a good one. 9 Gold Gloves, 13 All-Star games, 2,600 hits. The guy was phenomenal. I think he was the first Latin American to get the Rookie of the Year too. So he's the only one. He's a good one to have.
Technically, and this is a good time to bring it up. I didn't pull mine to show it. You want to be technical. Walter Alston's Hall of Fame rookie card as a manager is in 1956.
Okay.
So, you know, depends. Do you collect Hall of Fame?
Like I said, there's one rookie card in the 1956 times.
No, but that's something, you know, I thought about before, you know, because, you know, you can go into 57 and people just look at the players, but yeah, these managers who make the Hall of Fame, not as players, but as managers, but they do have baseball cards. That's kind of cool. Like, you know, not to jump forward, but like Dusty Baker's going to get in the Hall of Fame and his 71 is already super expensive. But that's one that, you know, if I could find, I would love to pick up.
Well, and then there's weird exceptions to that. Like, for example, Billy Southworth. Okay. His Hall of Fame manager rookie card is considered to be 1951 Bowman. Okay. But he was a player in the pre-war era, but his cards are only on like obscure stuff. So like, okay, is the 51 Bowman his rookie? Because like that's the mainstream, you know, card, or is it one of the random obscure, you know, pre-war cards? And then you could get into the debate of like, well, he's in as a manager, so I want his manager rookie card, you know, which I think silly, but I'm just saying like that's a thing. Like you look at Joe Torre. Now he's widely accepted that his rookie card is 1962 Topps.
Yeah,
right.
It's a beautiful one too.
It is, and he was a good player.
Yeah.
But should he be treated the same as Billy Southworth? Even though the 62 is widely released, should it really be his manager rookie that's his rookie card? I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of debate, but we can all agree Jim Leland has the worst one with that train conductor hat in 86. Oh my gosh, that thing's terrible. I'm like, people are going out to buy this card.
Donnie Livestream like wallpapers his house in that card.
Yeah, man.
Shout
So,
out to
to
Jimmy.
me, they don't do a rookie manager of the year. They do a rookie player of the year. So to me, like the rookie card's always been about, the player. Not that those rookie manager cards aren't collectible and you can add them to your own checklist and include them. Absolutely. But, to me, I'm looking strictly at the players when I'm talking the rookie cards.
Yeah, I
For
mean, it's
the
it's
key
another
cards.
fun avenue. Like once Sweet Lou gets in, I got his 64. Joe Torre 62 is a nice one to have. The Dusty Baker I would love to have. It's just something else to collect. And if they were a solid baseball player, it's fun to have. I mean, shoot, people have Bob Euchre's baseball card, which is awesome.
Yeah,
high
his rookie
number, dude.
cards.
Yeah,
And that's
it's high
62 rookie parades. Those are real pricey.
Yeah. And it's just a fun thing to do. Yeah. I mean, it's their rookie card. No, they didn't get in as a player, but they have a cool baseball card and they contributed to the history of the game. So it's kind of fun. I get it. It's not in the set registry, but like to me, the set registry is like a North Star. It helps guide you, but it's not, there's other ways to get to your destination. You feel me? So the list is there to help because I like it. I like having something for a reference, but we'll get into it a little bit later. Like Carlos Beltran is going to get in, like it or not. I'm not collecting that rookie card. I'm not going out to buy it. It's terrible. Why am I going to get it? Because the set registry says that. He has so much better cards in the same year, and that's what I'm going to do. So, that 62 Torrey sick card. Whitey Herzog has a cool card. It's just other ways. The set registry is nice to have, but as a reference, not the end all be all.
So is 1956 Walter Alston a Hall of Fame rookie card?
If you collect the managers, yeah.
All right. Dom says no.
Dom really said no without saying no.
He's like, you're my homie, but come on, bro. How many times I gotta say no?
All right.
Managers are people too, but they're not what's selling tickets. They're having hobby presents. That's not what it is.
I don't know. Tito Francona is getting a lot of people excited over there. I mean, some managers for some franchises are like, whoa, especially when they're playing terrible.
You telling me Billy Martin didn't sell tickets?
Billy Martin was actually a decent ball player. Like a lot of these guys that have the Hall of Fame rookie cards, were end of bench, not very good baseball players. So that's kind of where it gets.
Rusty Greer.
Yeah, I'd rather collect someone that is outside the Hall of Fame that had a great baseball playing career's rookie card. Even if I don't know if they're going to get into the Hall of Fame someday, than the manager or rookie card. That's just my preference. Like I said, collect what you like. They count as managerial rookie cards for sure. And 56 had that that one player, and 57 kind of like I said, the one off year. 57 is loaded with rookie cards. Absolutely loaded.
And I got a lot of them. I didn't bring any of them down to my desk.
Yeah, so Jim Bunning is in the set.
Yep.
Don Drysdale.
Look, he's got graded cards too.
Yeah, my personal favorite.
Who's this guy?
Is Frank Robinson, one of my favorite players to collect. Beautiful rookie card. His rookie card is 57 tops, even though he was the 56 NL Rookie of the Year.
And that's a tough card.
I wish would have been.
That
he had a 56 card.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying he was the 56 Rookie of the Year, and that's like one of the few like cards I wish there was. I know Topps has done that a few times, like cards that never were. A 56 Topps Frank Robinson rookie would have been, beautiful. It wouldn't have been, one of the most underrated rookie cards in the hobby. It would be extremely collected.
That'd be a must-have for everybody. But with 57, it was tough. I mean, Frankie Robinson was not, it's not a crazy card to get. But you have to be patient because that 57 with the snowing, mine's OC. OC cards need love too. But but the snowing bothers me a lot. And I like seeing my cards. I don't need Frank in a blizzard. And those cards were tough. So I was patient with mine to find one. And that's part of the game too, Yeah, can you get it? You want to catch them all?
Yes.
But sometimes you just gotta be patient, man. But that 57 is great, riddled with Hall of Fame rookie cards. But there was a lot of issues with whatever they did in the printing process. So
Yeah, it was the first year of the standard size cards from 55 and 56 were oversized, and they brought it down to what's more of the standard size for today. And, they had big photos and had some printing issues. But what's great about, all of these cards we're talking about today, no matter the price level, the supply of all of them, is relatively attainable for most people. It's not the Ichiro SP Authentic that's numbered to 1250. Like there is, there's plenty out there for everyone. So you have the ability to be patient and find the right copy for your collection with the eye appeal you want for the price you want. Sometimes they fall right into your lap and are available all day, and sometimes you have to wait it out a little bit, but they're really fun nonetheless.
When even for some of the tougher ones, like, there's also, not that they're tougher, but there's Bill Mazeroski in 57.
Yep.
There's Whitey Herzog is in 57.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
Yeah,
but
he's there. He's on the list, but he's there.
In the big boy in the mid number series.
Yep.
There's Brooks Robbins. Lou talked about getting emotional over, finally getting the Clemente. This one was a big deal for me, being my pa's favorite player. So that was really cool. And of course, it would be a mid number and a tougher card to get in 57, but man, I love that one.
Yeah. You would think Frank would be the more expensive one, but that Brooks, man, that's the big boy of that set.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no doubt about it, man. I've made that argument multiple times that Frank Robinson, part of the reason why he's so overlooked is the fact that his last name is Robinson. Yeah. there was Jackie, and then he joined Brooks's team in Baltimore, and even though he was the better player, did not get the hobby love and baseball memories as some of those other guys did. But 58 came along the year after, and while there are a couple very nice rookie cards in 50A, like Kurt Flood. There is one Hall of Fame rookie card, which I know, Lou, is special to you, the Baby Bull Orlando Cepeda, which is a really different card in the set. A lot of headshots in that set, and this is a full body action pose. So a really fantastic card there with the red background. So, a guy who had a fantastic career, a little overlooked in some aspects, a guy that, was able to stick around in the lineup with a young Willie McCovey for a few years there in San Francisco, and had a fantastic career, including breaking my Red Sox hearts in 67 with the Cardinals during his MVP campaign. But he's, the big rookie in that set. And that's another set that people really love the colors and the logos and collect the set. Doesn't have a ton of Hall of Fame rookie cards in it.
Real cool design. I love it.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic design. It really, compared to 57, which is more photo forward and a little bit more plain, the 58 is more in your face. It pops. And, they kind of mixed the two with 1959, having the photo with the color pop around the circle. And 59, has a big boy rookie card that I do not own. And that is the Bob Gibson. It is affectionately called the Pepto-Bismol card because of that pink. It is just a stunning card, and I've always loved it for the reason that it's so ironic. Bob Gibson is one of the most intimidating pitchers in the history of the game. He's got a big old smile on his face, and he's on a pink baseball card. How can you not be romantic about baseball? That is just such a fantastic card in a set that really merged, 57 and 58's designs together.
I think there's something wrong with Lou's. My Gibby was so tough, he busted out of his plastic holder.
If it wasn't a 5, I would bust it, but it's nice.
I think this used to be a 3-5, I think.
But yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, look, that boyish look. He looks so young, man.
Mm-hmm.
And to be so intimidating, like, I would love to know the guy who designed the card, why he went with pink. He's like, someone had to be pink. Why not Gibby?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just a beautiful card. And it's funny. I mean, people fall in love with these pink refractors. I'm going to say the pink refractor. But this was the true pink card everyone wanted. This was the first one. And I mean, the guy changed the game. They had to change it. He was so dominant. It's like, how do you not want to collect that guy?
They only make pink refractors of lame players like Marcus Simeon.
Yeah. So overrated, that guy.
Yeah,
Stay.
overrated and Marcus Simeon are
Okay.
social distancing. They don't belong in the same sentence. He is a
Marcus
very
Simeon.
overlooked superstar in the game.
The only one who buys his cards is Dom and Marcus Simeon's mom.
Hey,
No one cares about Marcus Simeon, bro.
me and Mama Simeon are sitting on a future Hall of Fame gold mine right now. I'm telling you what. Big fan of Marcus Simeon, who will be on this post-war Hall of Fame rookie card checklist someday. So they took, the photo design, the color design, they combined it, and they're like, okay, now what do we do? And in 1960, they decided, let's make a horizontal set. So it is extremely different, something that, they hadn't done since 56 Topps. And they have the rookie stars, and as I mentioned earlier, the all-star rookie team, which includes the stretch Willie McCovey rookie card with the first iteration of the gold cups. And then they have the rookie star subset, which has Jim Cott. So, Hall of Fame rookies can get added every year via the Veterans Committee. Jim Cott a few years ago, as well as my favorite card of all time. Yes, Lou beat me to it. The 1960 Topps Carl Yastrzemski. John Mangini, our hobby president, has argued with me multiple times that this is not his rookie card because he didn't debut until 1961, and his 1961 card has a rookie star on it, and that this is a prospect card. John, I did not want the 61 nearly as bad as I wanted this card. This is a truly iconic card in the hobby, a card that I still can't believe that I own, even though it's not the most expensive card in the world. He's my baseball card hero and a guy who, was lifetime Red Sox, brought hope to the fan base with the impossible dream, was a leader for, the next generation of Carlton Fisk, Jim Rice, Dwight Evans, Fred Lynn in the boys, and just had a fantastic career. We were just talking about Bob Gibson being the guy that, changed the rules and did all that. Carl Yastrzemski, in that 1968 year, the year of the pitcher, was the only batter in the American League to hit over 300. Really fantastic career, over 3,000 hits. He's still in the top 10 of all time of hits, and is the key card of the set. 1967 Triple Crown during that Impossible Dream season. Yeah, one of the greatest single seasons of all time, whether you look at it as traditional statistics or with the analytics and WAR.
7 Gold Gloves.
Yeah, he's it's just he's the guy, man.
I'm a Yankee, but I appreciate greatness.
I'm the same way, dude. I have Yankees in my collection as well. But yeah, that's a really special card to me that I still remember getting to this day. And when I started up my channel here on YouTube, I didn't know what I was going to talk about, but I knew I was going to show that card. And there's always those kind of cards for people that are going to be a centerpiece of their collection forever, a card that they always look to, and that's one of my cornerstones for me. So the 1960 Topps set has a ton of great images. It has the dual photos back from 54 and 56. It's got sideways, but it's also got that same color that's very 60s that 58 and 59 started to implement as well. 61. A set that is very off-center, and it is traditionally, a card that has the rookie star here, like the Billy Williams, but the 3 Hall of Fame rookies in the set, one of them has the rookie star, the Ron Santo has the rookie cup, and the Dominican dandy Juan Marichal has nothing. So it's kind of a take your pick. With 1961, yeah, this one, I can't believe the price I got on this one with how centered it is. It's a beautiful copy.
I mean, it's cheap because he doesn't have the hardware. He doesn't have the hardware, but when you're going against Gibby and Sandy, that was his era. It's tough.
Yeah, most wins in the 1960s. He's a tremendous pitcher. Had that fantastic leg kick. Showed up every day. First, the Dominican Republic basically dominates baseball the last 25 years, and he was the first, Dominican Hall of Famer. So that's a huge thing as well, a feather in his cap.
Well, 60, yeah, you're talking about sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. The design of 61. You're talking about like the 60s and all that. 61 is easily easily my least favorite set of the decade. It's awful. There's so many hatless players and no logos and so on. Like it was Panini before Panini with bad airbrush and no logos.
It's not that bad, bro.
It's pretty bad. But at least they got the rookie cards right. All 3 rookie cards look good.
Yeah, they're nice cards, and there's nice cards in every set. I do agree it's one of the more plain designs of the 60s, but I do think that when you find a nice centered one, which is really the detriment to the set, is the quality control. I think when you find a nice centered 61, they really present well. So I'm a huge fan of those. And people, I think, shared your sentiment. We're not the biggest fan of what they did in 61, so they were like, "What can we do that's different? Catch people's eye." And in 62, they decided to go wood borders. So there's a Gaylord Perry that still has the star rookie with the caricature driven drawn of him. A man will walk on the moon before Gaylord Perry hits a home run. And there's also, my birthday buddy, Lou Brock. And Lou Brock is a little more famous than mine, but a fantastic card nonetheless of him. Pictures of the Cub, one of the biggest trade fleeces in Major League history, that Ernie Broglio for Lou Brock trade. And 62 is another set that I think is a little overlooked. It has the fantastic wood design, and I've always loved the addition of the poster corner where the name is, because it really makes it look like it's a poster hanging on someone's wall, and that is just something that's really fantastic and eye-catching for me. And has those rookie cards. Like we talked about the Bob Uecker and the Joe Torre, so there are other rookie cards to chase in the set. It was the first year of the floating heads and had different subsets and a lot of fun stuff. But the Lou Brock and the
baby.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a tongue twister here, but I'm doing my best. The Lou Brock and the Gaylord Perry are in that set, and both solo rookie cards, which is you're seeing that still through the early 60s, solo rookie cards for these players.
Yeah, 62. My love grew for 62 after 87, because 87 I was ripping 87 so much, and when I discovered 62, I was like, "Ooh, this is cool," So, yeah, 62 is a great set. I like it.
As Lou knows, he loves 62 tops because that was the year that the Sandlot was set in, and cards are featured in the clubhouse on the wall. So, great set.
Yeah. Fabulous set. Not the movie, but the set was pretty good.
Whoa.
Oh man.
The movie was good.
Yeah, the movie was pretty good. The 1962 set, as I dropped in there, it introduced the floating head phenomenon, which I know is a lot of people's favorite thing from the 1960s. I'm not the biggest fan, but it was something that continued in 63. And in 63, all 3 of the big rookie cards, Pete Rose, who has never been and will never be eligible for the Hall of Fame, as well as Willie Stargell and Tony Oliva, all have floating head rookie cards. So they have 4 players, with this design. 4 collectors has, stolen this for their custom cards and use this design. The floating heads, either love them or you hate them. I don't think there's many people that are in between on these. I think they're a little lazy. They didn't want to make solo cards of all these guys. But there's still these iconic rookie cards for Pete Rose, Tony Oliva, and Willie Stargell, 3 of the better players of the 60s and 70s. And cards that people still chase to this day, the Rose especially being a big dollar card.
Hey Lou, put yours back up there for a second. This is the perfect 4 collectors card. You guys know why? Because there's 5 of them. And that's a 5.
That's a 5.
There's 5 collectors, guys. Come on.
Yeah, there is 5 collectors now.
They're terrible at counting.
Yeah, shout out Dan.
But that's a debate for another day with Pete Rose. I think I'll just say that. We can talk about it off air. But I think that's gonna slowly fade away, especially with once these Astros go in, the integrity of the game doesn't matter no more. So, and
go ahead.
And with the more baseballs and embedded with all these FanDuels and casinos and everything like that, it's very hypocritical. And the people who are staunch on not voting Pete in are not going to stick around forever. And that's what I say about that.
Oh, I'm going to be around for a long time, Lou, and I am definitely a no.
You have a vote for Cooperstown?
I'm definitely a no to Pete Rose. Yeah. I'm going to single-handedly get Marcus Simeon in there.
Bro, Beltran, Altuve, these guys are going to get in. And
the difference is those guys are going to be eligible for the ballot. Like, they're going to be on the ballot. People can vote for them. Shoeless Joe Jackson and the Black Sox have not ever been eligible for the Hall of Fame. They've been dead for a long time, Lou, and they've not been brought up to the Hall of Fame. And you're talking about, well, now they have FanDuel and this, that, the other thing. There were multiple minor leaguers and a major leaguer who were banned from baseball just last year for betting. It is still the, clear line in the sand. No, I'm not talking about him. There's a clear line in the sand, and
I'm just telling you, bro,
it's just not going to happen.
Joe Jackson,
be eligible.
Shoeless Joe Jackson is a name for us because we're baseball guys, but everyone knows Pete Rose. I think people are going to soften their stance on Pete Rose. That's all. I mean, Black Sox
Hall of Fame could do it. I just don't think, based on their track record and history, that they're going to make the exception for him.
I hate agreeing with Dom. I hope Lou's right. I own the Rose rookie, and I don't own the Oliva or the Stargell yet, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, the Stargell's affordable. I definitely need to get that one, but the Rose is too expensive for me.
It's crazy, man. It fell into my lap.
Man, luck. It's sometimes better to be lucky than good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we talked about it. Those three rookies are all multiplayer rookie cards. 64 continued the same trend. There's the Phil Niekro, which I do not own yet, but also a very affordable one. And then there's now the new Hall of Famer, Dick Allen, 1964 tops. Tommy John also came, respectively close. So Tommy John's also a potential future Hall of Famer in this set with the tool player rookie card.
Lou Piniella.
64, another plain sign. Yeah, manager Lou Piniella. Manager Tony La Russa has a solo card. Of course, of all the people that have the solo rookie card in the set, it's Tony La Russa.
Yeah.
But yeah, 64 tops. I know some people think the design's too plain. I really like it. I think the little touches of color are fantastic. The team names being big at the top, I really like it. So I'm a fan of it. But I do wish that these players had solo rookie cards. I know that's a thing that we will see continue, but it really started, with the floating heads in 62, and Top started just saying, oh, we don't have to print cards of all these guys. We can, save spots in the set for other things by doing these multiplayer rookie cards. And Dick Allen and Phil Niekro both suffered from that. So the next set is one of my personal favorites, and all of the Hall of Fame rookie cards suffer from the same thing, and it's the fact that they're multiplayer rookie cards as well. There is a Louis Tiant rookie card that as a guy who I think could potentially get into the Hall of Fame someday. That is a solo card. He's a solo card, but all of these guys that are in the Hall of Fame right now are a dual player rookie card. So there's Joe Morgan,
terribly underrated rookie card right there.
Jim Hunter, which is Tim Hunter on the back. Tony Perez. And Steve Carlton, lefty, one of the most overlooked players of the era, in my opinion. Over 4,000 strikeouts and 300 wins, and maybe the most dominant pitching season ever for a team that won 57 games for the 73 Phillies. So really, really fantastic rookie card class there in 65. Potentially Louis Tiant to add to it, but we'll see. And a design that I think is super collectible, even though there aren't those killer solo rookie cards.
65 is very popular. That pennant, man, it's a shame that they aren't solo. They're so cool.
It's a nearly perfect design, and it was actually taken from the 1960 manager cards, had the pennants for the teams, and they kind of repurposed that into the 65 tops design, and it's a fan favorite for a ton of reasons. 1966, we got a solo rookie card of a Hall of Famer. That's Mr. Jim Palmer. I really love that one. But we did get the multiplayer rookie card effect. Don Sutton with the rough airbrush job and the big ear caricature, as well as Fergie Jenkins as a Philly, which a lot of people don't recognize him as. So their rookie cards are in that in 66 design that little low key. It has the little strip across the corner to benefit from it, and has those 3 rookie cards as kind of the key cards outside of the stars as well. But a really fantastic set from there as well. 67 tops went back to the decade before 57, similar design to 57, and 1967 tops has 2 high number rookie cards, which are a little out of my price range. But there is Mr. Rod Carew, which is right there with Dick Allen's brother. His rookie card for the Twins.
Real cool. That's Richie's brother.
And then there's also a Tom Seaver rookie card. Shout out Sammy Thunder. Tom Seaver rookie card, big money as well. And fantastic. The high numbers in that set are big money regardless. But the fact that there's 2 inner circle Hall of Famer guys, 300 wins and 3,000 hits in there, those cards sell for a premium. I'm a big proponent of Reggie Smith for the Hall. He's also a 67 tops rookie card, so there might be another one added to that, but he's the same design there, dual player yellow rookie card. So fantastic card there, nonetheless. And the train continues. 68. The burlap borders. There is Johnny Bench, the greatest catcher that ever lived.
I have one. I just didn't pull it.
Nice. We're all twinning. And then there is Nolan Ryan, one of the priciest pitcher cards in the hobby. Extremely collectible. The Kuzman rookie, as a lot of people affectionately call it, where most of these guys are next to someone that didn't have a great big league career. Jerry Kuzman did have a very nice big league career. He shares a rookie card with Nolan Ryan, but 68, again, doesn't have the solo rookie cards, but has a fantastic design. And then we get to 1969, and there is the multiplayer rookie card effect again with no mustache Raleigh fingers, but it is saved by Mr. October, Reggie Jackson. Fantastic rookie card. It was one of the ones on my Infinity Gauntlet with the bench, and a guy that still living, still very active in the game of baseball, has had a legendary career. Really fantastic card, 69 tops of Reggie Jackson. I know people are a huge fan of that.
People love 69, man. That's a great year for baseball cards.
It is a fantastic year. You think the little circle name would be kind of viewed as lazy, but it just does just enough to make it, pop, especially with the colors that they put in those circles.
Not distracting.
It does enough where the photo still shines. And we were doing good here. There wasn't any breaks. And in 1970, there is no Hall of Fame rookie cards yet.
It's a big one.
The reason I say yet is because there is a card that is priced like it's a Hall of Fame rookie card of a guy who I before did not prospect or believe to be a Hall of Famer. But
Joe Mauer got into the Hall.
No, it's because Joe Mauer got into the Hall first ballot, which I did not think he would do. And now Buster Posey is looking a lot stronger as a candidate to get in while he's on the writer's ballot. And Buster Posey and Thurman Munson's careers quite literally are identical. I compared them on our catcher episode of Cracking Cooperstown. And he's looking to finally crack, the 1970 set. Crack Cooperstown, but crack the 1970 top set into the Hall of Fame rookie card world. Vida Blues in that set. There's a few other nice little rookie cards, but
nice. I like
Thurman Munson is the key card, and it's gonna gain some steam as the next time the classic era comes around, and he's gonna be on the ballot, and we'll see how he does.
Is that the card to get though? Is that the card to get?
70 tops. It's gonna be
71.
The 71 will go up as well, but the rookie card will stay the rookie card.
Oh, no, bro.
Just as we just showed like 6 years straight of dual rookie cards that sell for more than the second year and are considered the rookie card.
That
It's going to
71 is
be
a special one. It's a Black Beauty, the Trophy Cup, excellent pitcher.
it's a fantastic card.
It's priced more than the rookie.
Well, look at the gap of like between the Rose first year and second year, and like that card is one of the most hated on rookie cards like ever. And still, the gap between the 63 to his 64 with the Rookie Cup, which is a very beautiful looking card, the gap's huge.
Yeah. I'm not saying in high grade because high grade 71s are hard to come by. That the 71 won't be preferred, but I think apples to apples, it'll be the 70 rookie card.
Oh, I'm glad I have.
Speaking of 71 Black Beauties, though, there are 2 players with solo rookie cards, which is refreshing. The 70s got back to that. There's Bert Blyleven and Ted Simmons, everyone's favorite. Oh, there we go.
Best set of the 1970s.
I agree.
When
they're sharp, they are sharp.
Man, the Black Beauties, man.
Yeah, watch out for Sharpies on the edges of those if you buy them raw.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, but man, when you find a beautiful condition one, it's just nothing better. Of course, you're going, especially if you're a set collector, you almost have to find them with chipping because that's how you always find them. But man, when you find it, it's just, there's nothing better. You're just grinning from ear to ear. It's just beautiful.
It really is.
Just beautiful. And then Dusty's in this one, and Dusty's priced like a Hall of Famer already.
Yes, I believe he's a high number in the set.
Yeah.
And he also shares the rookie card with Don Baylor, who's another guy that isn't just a nobody on the card. Very good career, Don Baylor.
Solid.
So that's a really nice card in the set as well for people to chase. And there's also, for the people that are on the Chase Utley for the Hall of Fame train, there is a Bobby Grich rookie card in the set that, might be a Hall of Famer someday. So stay tuned on that one.
I won't hold my breath, guys.
Yeah, so I would prefer to buy the Steve Garvey as a Hall of Fame prospector from the 71 top set as opposed to the Bobby Grich. But as momentum is going right now, just like with Munson, I think Grich is a more likely Hall of Fame candidate right now than Steve Garvey, even though I think Steve Garvey's career was better. In 1972, another weaker rookie class, as you would say, there's the Carlton Fisk 3-player rookie card. So they went from 2-player rookie cards for years to now 3. And it's a nice design, very 70s. Unfortunately, doesn't have that like solo player rookie card in that great design. I'd love if there was a Fisk catcher pose with that 72 arch. But still a fantastic card as a Red Sox fan and an all-time great catcher. In the 72 set, in 1973, there was a solo Rich Goose Gossage as a White Sox. And the biggest card in the set, doesn't matter that it's multiplayer, it's Michael Jack Schmidt, the greatest third baseman ever, 10 gold gloves, 500 home runs, just an absolute monster, played his entire career for the Phillies, 3-time MVP, just a really, really big card. It was another one of those Infinity Gauntlet cards for me, a guy that, is one of the greatest players of all time. And because of his career starting in the 70s, he isn't necessarily priced like that, but a big, big card in the 70s and the biggest card in that 73 set for sure. Really tough to find centered on that one. Definitely a big card to look out for. In 1974, we got Dave Winfield, another really overlooked player. He's looked at kind of as a disappointment because of how athletically gifted he was. He was drafted into 4 professional sports leagues, the MLB, the NFL, the NBA, and ABA. And he only had 3,000 hits in his career and like 400 home runs. He was just, a total disappointment. He should have been the all-time hit leader and had 600 home runs, but he didn't do that. So why collect him, right? No, Dave Winfield's great, and a guy that I really love to collect, especially his pre-Yankee stuff. Dave Parker joined him in the Hall of Fame. The Cobras got a fantastic rookie card as well in that set. They're both just looking off to the side. And 74 tops, I mean, it's a design that has really grown on me over the years. I think that the colors that they've added to the little pennants on the top and bottom really do a lot for the white borders, and they're really fantastic. But 74 does not hold a candle to 1975 tops. I know our buddy Dylan Double D, he loves the long form stuff, so he's still listening. These colors are just awesome. And it doesn't matter if they're multiplayer rookie cards, which are back now at 4s instead of 3s. Jim Rice.
Here's a mini.
I have the mini as well. Gary Carter. But there's also solo rookie cards of, Robin Yount, Dylan's favorite card of all time. Fantastic. 3,000 hits with one franchise. And the card of the set, the George Brett.
I've
Really
got
fantastic.
all these. I didn't pull any of these.
Oh, you're a set collector. You got all of them, bro. They're in your albums.
I didn't pull anything post 59.
Oh,
That's why I brought my
they
box.
stopped making cards in 1960, right?
Yeah, something like that.
I did the same thing, but I pulled my Hall of Fame box close because I don't have the Brett displayed or the Yount displayed. So, but if once you start saying we're going to talk about the history, I'm like, let me grab my box. I can start grabbing some cards.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
Gary Carter. You show Gary Carter?
I did.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, fantastic catcher.
Shout out Big Scott.
Yeah, Big Scott. One rookie card in 1976, Dennis Eckersley. This will be the design for this year's Topps Heritage. I think it's a really fantastic design. I love the little logo guys in the bottom for the positions that show pitcher, outfielder, hitters, etc., third base fielding. They're really cool. And there's one rookie card in the set, and that's Dennis Eckersley. The Bill Madlock, the Bill Madlock 74. That's another potential future Hall of Famer. In 76, I don't know offhand if there's anyone else that I'm prospecting currently as a Hall of Famer. 77, you got the multiplayer Andre Dawson. And you have the single player Bruce Sutter, which this is an extremely affordable Hall of Fame rookie card if you're looking to get into them. Vintage Hall of Fame rookie card, solo card, not a dual player that you can get for, under $5 all day. Really, really fantastic one. In 1978, we were, with these Tigers and multiplayer rookie cards. So there's a Lou Whitaker, there's a Jack Morris, and there is the Molitor Trammell, which is the only dual rookie card in the registry, at least, that has two Hall of Famers on it. So, two fantastic guys. And that was a big deal because I remember as a kid, Molitor was the only one in the Hall of Fame, and people would price that card at a premium because Trammell was on it. And the premium finally, came true when Trammell was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame and gave that card an extra premium for, a multiplayer late 70s card that typically wouldn't have it. Mm-hmm. But the card in the 78 set is a solo card. It's a gold cup, Eddie Murray, fantastic, sideburns and all. One of the best looking cards of the decade, without a doubt.
Everything that you could want in a baseball card is here.
Yeah, it's another tough one to find centered. And just a fantastic card of a steady Eddie, a guy who worked his way to 3,000 hits, over 500 home runs as a switch hitting first baseman.
Stud, bro.
Absolute stud. Wrapping out. Yeah, the backs are fantastic. And the 79, another year that's really tough to find centered. Ozzie Smith is the key rookie card. You got him. And then in 1980, the last true vintage set to a lot of people, there is the Rickey Henderson, rest in peace.
Ricky.
That closes out the vintage era, but there were cards printed all the way till today after that. And that's where I think PSA registry or some swarm of checklist, whether you make your own or go off of something else, really comes into play because there's multiple mainstream, mass-produced, national release rookie cards of these guys, and you're able to kind of choose and go through. So, Lou, what are some of your favorites from the multi-produced rookie card era?
Man, I got this. Sorry about that. I was getting distracted. I was looking at my dang Juan Mara show. I just love baseball cards. So one of my favorites, we got to start with in the 80s was obviously, let's just start with the 52 mantle of my generation. Gonna be the 89. I remember people trading their whole collection for this card. And when you were 11, 12, 13, to trade your whole baseball card album for this one card, people were mowing lawns. Hey, I'll give you $50 for that. And people were like, nope, not even blinking. That was a big deal. This was everyone's retirement plan in middle school. This was like the end all be all. So it's kind of funny now. It is still pricey, and Jake, cover your ears. A PSA 10.
What?
But it's still super affordable because they printed 20 million of them. But
they're still printing them to this day.
Yeah,
Upper Deck is pumping them out. Yeah,
but it's just everything that means. I mean, I remember reading a story. They were having issues. Who's going to be number one? And they were picking between Sheffield, who I love, Gary Sheffield. Absolutely, he should be in the Hall of Fame. It's just good by association with him. But Sheffield or Griffey, they made the right choice. But to have another guy that they were debating, a 500 home run guy, what a class! And 89 Upper Deck is riddled with great Hall of Fame rookie cards.
It is.
And then second in the 80s, I had to get Kirby. And this was a card I chased, and I didn't get till adulthood because I wanted to find a nice one. And everything had to match because this card could get pricey. And I just waited for the right time because it wasn't one of those cards that was going to be so far where I couldn't afford it, but I wanted the right one. And this one fell in my lap. Price was right, timing was right, and I had the funds to pick it up. So 89 Griffey, yeah.
I thought this was the Puckett rookie.
Hey, if it is in your heart, then it is.
It's his Topps rookie.
Yeah, flagship, baby.
But now the 84
after 80, man, you got the baseball card wars, and Fleer, Donruss, Topps was in the game, and Fleer update, man.
They limited the amount of sets they produced of that. So it is essentially a numbered rookie card, and it's a pricey one for a mid-80s card. I don't have it yet, but one that I would definitely love to add at some point. Kirby Puckett, was a fantastic player that has career cut short. And still put up Hall of Fame numbers, fan favorite, won World Series, was clutch in those postseason moments, like did everything you'd want out of a franchise player. For me, in the 80s, 83 Topps is my favorite set of the decade. I absolutely love it. And the set has a trio of fantastic rookie cards with Wade Boggs, the Chicken Man, cancer-free. Congratulations, Mr. Wade Boggs. I was very happy to see that. There's Ryan Sandberg. Go Rhino. And then everyone's favorite, the Tony Gwynn Buck card.
Chris from Missouri, big fan.
John, 3D80s kid, huge fan of it as well. He's one of the greatest hitters of all time. And that image, while they could have picked a better one, the great thing about 83 Topps is you get two images. So, don't focus on this one. You got a nice headshot of him right there. So it's still, his Topps rookie card. It's a big deal, and one of those cards from the decade that everybody wants in their collection. So it's a really big fan favorite of mine, and I just love that set especially. I know, Jake, you were saying you didn't pull anything past 1959, so absolutely no pressure there on your part. In the 90s, there were some fantastic issues. This is a guy that doesn't have to have a, baseball card war problem. He has the one and only rookie card here, Pedro Martinez, Upper Deck Final Edition from 1991. And this card, if you don't care about having a 10, can get for very cheap. So Pedro Martinez, great, one of the greatest peaks of all time, still threw over 3,000 strikeouts and over 200 wins, helped the Red Sox, break the curse and do all those great things. But, he has one rookie card in an era of mass production, and I think that's really cool.
True. I think his peak is probably on par with the greats. That 3-year stretch was the greatest I ever saw, and that's including with Johan Santana, Randy Johnson. Pedro, man, I hated seeing him on the mound, and that's what you think of as a Hall of Famer. You didn't want your team going against him in the playoffs or in the regular season, because to him it didn't matter if it was spring training, game 142. It didn't matter because he pitched every game the same, as if he was in game 7. He was going to pitch high inside. If you didn't like it, you were going to get one in the ribs, and he didn't care. He was just the ultimate competitor. So I have mad respect for him. And like I said, the best right-handed pitcher I ever saw. But that 3-year peak, oh my gosh, just nasty, nasty stuff, man.
Greg Maddox sends you his regards. Speaking of breaks, Chipper Jones, 1991 Topps. My favorite player. So I had to show Chipper. It's one of my favorites.
Chipper Day. Shout out to Adam.
Yeah, Chipper is fantastic. That's a big card from the 90s as well. The Leaf Frank Thomas at a time, people were putting it up there with the 89 Griffey. It was Thomas and Griffey in the hobby as the two young stars that took over the game.
Big hurt.
And that card has fallen significantly behind the Griffey in hobby lore, mainly because Thomas turned into a DH and didn't get the 600 home runs and have the career of Griffey necessarily, but still an all-time great nonetheless.
2 MVPs, 500 home runs.
Tops there. Yeah. A fantastic player.
That's his rookie, right, Lou?
That's a rookie.
Yes, it's even got his name on it.
Yes. If it didn't have the name on it, you'd have a real argument there. In the 90s, though, I mean, there was the Frank Thomas. Fleer update hit again. The 92 set with Mike Piazza. And there's also Jeff Kent, who should be in the Hall of Fame in that set as well. Two guys.
Yes.
Didn't play great defense, but were hell of a hitters for their position and have fantastic cards. In that set, that's a little bit tougher for
Jeff
92.
Kent gets no love. He should be in.
He does not. And in 97, Fleer Ultra, David Ortiz, formerly known as Arias. As a Red Sox fan, this is a huge card to have, and is a little pricey for a 90s card, but 500 home runs, one of the clutchest hitters that ever lived. Well worth it to me as a Red Sox fan. And a fantastic image with the nice foil name, and a lot to love there as well. He has a 97 Fleer Arias there as well, which is a nice little batting stance pose. So you do have, the pick of the litter with a lot of these guys in this era. There's a lot of cards to pick up of all these different guys, all the way, from Tim Raines and Harold Baines in 81 through Ichiro in 2001. There's multiple rookie card options for pretty much all of them. And they're relatively affordable for, the era. And, you can pick up these Hall of Fame rookie cards. And I think it's a good place for most people to start is, getting these 80s and 90s guys if they, want to go after the entire run of things. Because you can be a lot more picky. You can pick up a lot for, the same price as picking up some of these other guys. And it goes a long way, I think, towards, getting where me and Lou are currently, around 70%. And, potentially some of you guys completing the whole set, just like Chris from Missouri has with the post-war Hall of Fame rookie card run.
And the thing is with the beauty of after 81, after Ricky, just choices. I mean, you could go with Leaf, you can go with Opeachy, like the Baines. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit, not hard at all, but just almost like a parallel of the tops of the base or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the beauty of it is you could pick the card that speaks to you. if that makes sense, because there's choices. Now it's just bananas. There's 1,000 cards for each rookie card, but at least in the 80s, there was a handful of cards. In the 90s, there's a handful of cards. Um, this ultra modern stuff, the game gets a little confusing, but you know, Jake likes tops. Stick to the flagship. You don't have
Mhm.
nothing that says this is the end all be all, and that's the beauty of card collecting.
When I think to kind of wrap things up here with our thoughts on Hall of Fame rookie card collecting, whether it's post-war, pre-war, ultra modern, whatever it is, let's do a quick roundtable on your thoughts on approaching collecting Hall of Fame rookie cards and kind of what you do. So, who wants to go first, Dom or Lou?
I could go.
All right, Dom.
So I
Give Lou a
think,
chance to think.
I think with the rookie cards, I personally would do two things. I would, one, go on Baseball Reference, go on Saber, and I would research, through the Hall of Famers and find some guys, that played for your favorite teams or guys that, really speak to you. And I would target their rookie cards first. I think that's, the best way to go about it. If you're collecting on a budget, I do think starting with the more modern ones is a good way to build up and, have some experience and build your rookie card collection. But I really think you should start with the players that mean the most to you first and try to prioritize those. And then you can branch out as much as you want, even all the way to managerial rookie cards if you're into that kind of thing and want the full fledged completion aspect of it. It doesn't have to be, completing just what PSA says to do. You can add rookie cards like me and Lou both have to your list. You can change them if you think, that the registry isn't the one that you prefer, or, you like a different option. And just because you pick one rookie card doesn't mean you can't own multiple of the same player. You can go and have that run. Topps, Bowman, Fleer, Donruss, etc. There's so many rookie card options, and like I said, if it's a player you care about or it's cards that you really like or prefer, collect what you like. You're gonna build a great collection of rookie cards, and they all have that label, even if it's not the key rookie card. It's the rookie card everyone pictures or thinks of first when they look at the player. It's still a rookie year card of one of the greatest players of all time. So it's really, really fun to collect, and that would kind of be the way I'd go about it. Is be who you can afford to be. If you start with the more modern stuff first, that's completely fine. But try to research these players, research the history of them, and then you can go back in the history of cardboard and you can prioritize and pick up, the sets or the players or the images that speak the most to you.
What do you think, Lou?
To piggyback on that, that's exactly what I was gonna. At least that's my thoughts, because the way I attacked it, I collected my players first. Yankees that I could afford, as Pepino always says. He's just a brilliant philosopher. Act your wage. I collected my Yankees I could afford. Then after that, people that meant something to me growing up, the stories like Clemente, Marichal, Manioso, Aparicio. The Latino Hall of Famers meant so much to me because the more I talked to my grandfather, my father, the stories, I just gravitated to that. So the players you grew up collecting, Yankees, then people who meant to you a lot to you. But then if you're a student of the game, which I like to think I am, I started focusing on players with historical significance. People that, when you look into the history of baseball, do they have their own chapter? Do they have their own footnote? And that's why, like, Minnie Minoso was a big one for me to get. The first Afro Latino. Um, Gibby was a big one on my hit list. Uh, Frank Robinson, first MVP in both leagues, first black managerial um, um, person to manage. So to get him, those were big deals for me. And I'll continue to do that. Jackie, of course, I would love to have him. Dolby, another big one I would love to have. So I think that's the best way to approach it. The way Dom said, collect the guys you like, because that's going to give you something to chase, because you have a love for it already. And then people that that you gravitate to. But then to add to that, if you're a student of the game, historical significance, and start picking and choosing the players that way. I always get big cards around holidays, birthdays, Christmas. I can't get that big card every time. The budget gets a little bit fatter. So that's how I usually, I like to knit and pick my small targets, because I cannot save for anything. I like saving gift cards. I like card shows, because the budget always gets bigger for the national. So that's why a lot of my big cards are around significant moments in my life: the national, birthdays, Christmas. I can't do it like some people. Save for a year and get 2 cards. I can't do it. I refuse to do it, because I like baseball cards too much. I'd rather have 100 little things, like my boy Pepino says, than one big thing and wait all year. But yeah, just as everyone says, collect what you like.
One, I think, to kind of round it up, is like everything that we're talking about. I think about like, what's your purpose for your collection, right? Like anybody that's still listening at this point, they probably see themselves through the lens of a long-term collector, right? And for me, like, the purpose of my collection is I want to build through my collection a history, a museum to the history of the game. Like, that's what I want it to reflect. And in my opinion, you can't do that without the greatest players to ever play the game, the Hall of Famers. And that's why when I built my own Hall of Fame spreadsheet through Baseball Reference of, hundreds of hours, going through Baseball Reference and learning about all these guys and reading books and compiling all the statistics, I started collecting the 500 home run club and the 3,000 hit club, the 300 win club, and the 3,000 strikeout club, because those are the greats of the greats. That's where I started. I felt like I couldn't go wrong. Those numbers are the best that have ever been put up in the game. And now from there, I expanded to like, okay, I want to do the whole Hall of Fame. Can't tell the story of the history of the game without the Hall of Famers. And at that time, okay, I'm going to be in this thing long term. Like, this is a lifelong hobby. Let's think about this strategically, because this isn't a like, rush to the finish line. I got to get everything I can get in next year. Like, I don't look at things that way. I constantly am trying to discipline myself to reach as high as I can with the budget that I have as soon as possible, because, there'll be things that go out of my reach. Dom's at a different point in his collecting history than myself or Lou, and he's already talking about, some of these cards aren't going to be in my reach anytime soon. They may be down the road, but they're not right now. But there are cards that are close to the top end of his reach that, like, if I was to encourage him, I would say, dude, grab those while you can, like the Infinity Gauntlet thing, because when's the next chance? You're probably gonna, get married, get a house, have kids, all that stuff. Like, at different points in your life, you may not be able to. You don't want to be as old as Chris from Missouri and then have the chance, right? You want to grab some of these things while they are more affordable. And these guys, their legacy's cemented. That's one of the wonderful things about collecting Hall of Fame rookies. Nobody's getting a DUI next week. Nobody's suddenly forgetting how to hit, or getting the yips and can't throw it to first base. Like, these guys, they are history. So I think long-term vision for your collection and what you want to accomplish is something we should all constantly reflect on. And Hall of Fame rookie cards are no different from that perspective. When you guys were showing the David Ortiz, like, I vividly remember when that card was around $20, and I was like, I do not want to pay $20 for David Ortiz. And the reason being, like, at that time, this is something I was buying for $20 then. This is a 1933 Gowdy Herb Pennock rookie, right? Which ones went up more? It's not all about money. But like for me, I want a David Ortiz rookie and I want a Herb Pinnock rookie. But long term, if I want to have both, to me, that's the smarter play. So just to give us perspective of like what's really the purpose. Because if you're driven by I want my favorite guys, the guys that play for my team, there's nothing wrong with that. Like if you're a Red Sox guy like Dom, or a Yankee guy like Lou with Ortiz and Munson respectively, like go get those. If that's what you want to do with your collection. But long-term vision, I think, is important.
Yeah, and especially if you have the admiration to complete the checklist, to have one of every post-war guy. I'm kind of the mindset of where I currently am with how some of these are priced, that I'm not doing this to complete. I'm doing it because I just love the game. And I know some people can't do things that way. They need to be all in or nothing. But like for me, we're not just talking about the history of the game. We just took you through the history of, post World War II cardboard, like the bubblegum card era. And I know bubblegum's not in the packs anymore, but it's, still tops and different things coming out. So it's like, you get to see how cards evolve, how the card stock, the players, the photography, the designs, and all these things happen. And it's just a really beautiful thing that I think all of us can relate to. And sometimes you go back to the pre-war days. Sometimes you're buying, ultra modern Simeon stuff. But like at the end of the day, you just collect what you like. And I think it's okay to be in the moment and what you can afford to do, but also, pick your spots to long-term and shoot and to save up for things that, you're going to want eventually anyway. I think that is always great advice to, get the highest end stuff you can afford when you can afford it, because, today's prices are tomorrow's bargains. But Lou, this was a ton of fun. I appreciate you coming on the show. I know a lot of people, learned a lot, and also, just had a bunch of fun hanging with us, talking cardboard, looking at baseball cards. There's nothing really better than that. So I appreciate you coming on. Jake, want to round us out of here?
You can find Lou at Lou Rock TV on YouTube and on Instagram. You can find my friend Dom Manna at Staven Sports Cards on YouTube and Instagram and the Twitterverse. But until next time, Lou, it was great having you, man.
Truly a pleasure. Thank you.
But for everybody out there, keep collecting Hall of Fame rookies, and God bless.